Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Be Strong. There's not a whole heck of a lot to update about my weight loss. Well, there's a little bit of an update. So far this week, I have called around. I haven't got the appointment yet, but everything is in for the cardiologist to get that EGD test done. Apparently, the referral for that is in, but like a certain nurse has to, is the one that has to put it in. I don't know. She hasn't called me back yet. I will be calling back in a little bit, or hopefully sometime next week. The cardiologist, I realized there wasn't a referral in, so that's getting put in. Jack, get up. Jack. And the mental health evaluation, it's got in. They called me earlier today. I called back, but only a certain nurse does that, and she didn't call back after I left the message. I'm hoping they don't call on Monday, because that will be my grandma's funeral. Although knowing my luck, they'll call during it. So we'll have to see how that goes. But other than that, for my weight loss journey, I met with the dietitian. We kind of went over some things on how she wants things done. Obviously, smaller portions, higher protein, fewer calories. So she set my calorie limit that I should be taking in. I obviously need to start exercising, which we're working on getting a treadmill so I can do that. Because my husband has a gym membership, and for the most part, all he does at the gym is the treadmill. And he hasn't really been going lately because the times that he's been going, it's been getting busier and busier. And he's like, really, I don't want to go then, because pretty much there's a bunch of people there and they're all using the treadmills. And to me, I'm like, you know what, why don't we see if we can either buy a treadmill that's not too expensive, or finance a treadmill and pay about as much as you were paying a month for your gym membership on the treadmill. That way we can both use it, because I can't use his gym membership. He keeps saying I can, but when I looked at the website, I can go with him while he is using it, but I cannot go by myself. So that just doesn't work out for us, because obviously somebody has to be home with the kids and such. So that's where we are with that. Like I said, the dietitian set the calorie. We kind of discussed things post-operative, what are the 2-week pre-op diet I'd have to be on, things that would have to be post-operative. For the immediate post-operative, I need to take the lifestyle change class, so I was going to do that. But of course, it literally is during the funeral time, which obviously I won't be able to make it to. And I can't think of what I was going to say. Other than that, you know, I'm getting this stuff done. It's slowly but surely. I have about mid this month, I have another appointment with my primary doctor for the monthly check with them. Like I said, I still have that lifestyle change class, the EGD, and the cardiology, and then just the month appointments. We also discussed like protein shakes and stuff like that, because that's going to be a big part of my diet in the future. So I have been starting to like kind of feel out different brands and different flavors that I like right now before it comes down to it, and it's like too late, freaking out, and I can't find anything that I can't handle. I did find one that I like, and it just tastes like chocolate milk to me, so it's not too bad. And one thing that really irritates me about seeing dietitians, and I know breakfast is important, not saying it's not, I don't eat breakfast. I can't handle eating breakfast. I've never really been a breakfast person. And I'm like, can I just, or she was kind of on me about my sleep schedule and the whole breakfast thing. And then I brought up the shakes, and she's like, oh, well, we only want you doing one a day. And I'm thinking, right, in this current period. And I'm thinking, you know what? Instead of eating breakfast, why can't I just drink one of these shakes? So then she was fine with that. So I'm like, I don't feel good eating breakfast. I don't. I go, say, and she's like, well, you've got one day, because I had to do a journal for a week prior. And then she's like, well, you've got one day you ate breakfast. And I'm like, because my husband and I ran, he had the day off, and we ran a bunch of errands. He wanted McDonald's breakfast, and they have a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel there that I really like, although I can't have the bacon on it. So I ordered breakfast then. I was eating just before they switched over to the lunch menu. So it was closer to lunchtime than breakfast time. It's like, but it was a breakfast sandwich. So we kind of compromised so I can do the shakes instead of a meal. And I'm also kind of, and I know she was wanting me to eat more, but my whole thing is I like to snack instead of eating per se. So that's where I'm coming in, like, with the, well, how about, you know, like, especially at nighttime is when I get hungry. Like, it's after supper, but before bed. So instead of mindless eating, I'm like, why could I drink a protein? I suggested drinking the protein shake then. And so that's where I'm kind of, protein shakes are low in calorie and low in carbs too, but that's where I'm like thinking I might try to do 2 shakes a day and then 2 meals a day, because technically they want me to eat the breakfast. I don't really want to eat the breakfast because I'm not a breakfast person. So that might be what I'm going to do. And updates for my dad. He hasn't been able to start the chemo yet. I'm not sure why. He saw the doctor, but they wanted to wait a little bit for him to do that. But other than that, he's been doing good. When I was up there, my parents did those cell phone things for my kids. Or, they didn't do them. My parents put on their wireless plan the Gizmo Pal cell phones for my kids. My husband and I are paying them for them, but that is what we will be doing. So anyways, my mom has been pretty much calling my kids every day on them because she has one of their authorized phone numbers. And my dad has been talking to both of them through that. So he's been up to doing that. They've gone to a few different motorcycle shows because my dad's got a Harley. And so he seems to be doing pretty good for the most part, from what I know of. I'm pretty sure most of you know by now. I know I did a live chat, and I had a few people say that, I think there's a few people in the chat that more follow my weight loss journey versus the doll stuff. So, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, early Sunday morning, my grandmother passed away in her sleep. She was 90 years old. You know, I don't know if it's not hit me yet. I just, at this point, I haven't been able to really cry about it. And like I said, I don't know if it's because it hasn't hit me yet, or if it's the fact that my grandmother was in a nursing home for 10 years. My grandmother had Alzheimer's for the last probably 4 or 5 years. She really hasn't known any of us. She'll have good days where she'll kind of remember somebody, but other than that, she doesn't really remember most of us, or she didn't. The last few months, she had just been sleeping the whole time. So like I said, I don't know if it hasn't hit me, or if it's the fact that that I'm at peace with her death, because she's not hurting. She can remember. She's watching over us. She's watching over my babies that I had through miscarriage prior to having my kids. I don't know what it is. It might be when we get there for the funeral it'll hit. So we will be going up for the funeral, and we're not going to really be staying. It's pretty much go to the funeral, turn around, and come home, because I don't want my kids to be missing much school. So those are pretty much the only updates for this week. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see everyone later. Oh, and before I forget, probably sometime tomorrow, I'll just do it as soon as I upload this. I will be doing the theme of the week. I'll be posting the video today. Well, it's in you're watching it today, on Saturday instead of Sunday, because accidentally when I uploaded it, for some reason it went live and I couldn't go back to schedule it. So now I need to manually make it live again. So I will be doing that as soon as this video uploads, and I will see everyone later. Bye.